UC for Business, UCB Knowledge Worker, short video. Within this short video of UCB Knowledge Worker, we'll be focusing on three major areas: rich presence, unified messaging, and screen pop. Rich presence. UCB Knowledge Worker is a plugin that actually sits within Microsoft Outlook. Like me, you would agree that Microsoft Outlook is an application that we use virtually every working day, probably every working hour in fact, because not only can we send emails, we have our calendar, we have our contacts, all within the one application. So if we can provide you with extension status, i.e. presence of your colleagues, whether they're on the phone, whether in a meeting, whether they're off sick, and giving you information of when they return, this has to be of a business benefit. You can see very clearly here that Andrew, at the moment, he's actually in the office, he's actually on the phone, and he has one new voicemail. You can see now that Andrew has actually just put the phone down and is available to take a call. So I can point, click, and dial. Very, very easy. You can see here that David James, his call is, all his calls are going to his voicemail box because he's actually in a meeting and he's due back at 10:30. Polly's actually currently on sick and he's due back on the 23rd at 8 o'clock. So presence, in essence, is just giving me visibility of my colleagues of what they're actually doing. Presence profiles can be changed manually or automatically. We can see here that David, for example, is actually in a meeting and he's due back at 10:30. Within David's Outlook, within his calendar, he has an event at 10:30 that he's going into a meeting. This will automatically change David's status. And at 10:30, he could be then back in the office and ready to take calls. If he has another meeting, yet again, that could be superseded by what he's actually got within his calendar. We can see here Polly, she's actually on sick and he's due back on the 23rd. My extensions might change, and for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you how I could manually change my presence profile. So if I was to right click on the icon right now, I've got presence. Now I'm presented with some of the presence profiles that I've set up previously. You can have up to 99 of these, and each presence profile can have a different voicemail greeting. Okay, so for example, I'm actually going to go on leave. I'm going to say back. I'm going to due back on the 28th at, let's say, 9:50 to keep it simple. Click on OK. Now, everybody that has the same application, i.e. the knowledge worker or the operators that have an operator's console, will see by just hovering over me that my calls are going to my voicemail box. I'm currently on leave, and the date and the time I'm due back. And you can see there somebody's actually left me a voicemail message. So let me demonstrate to you what the caller now receives, because this is quite unique.
Hi, thanks for calling mine, James. I'm currently on annual leave. If you press 1, you'll be put through to Sarah, who has access to my diary. Alternatively, if you'd like to leave me a message, I'll get back to you on my return. Thank you for calling.
Is due back Tuesday, January 28th at 9:50 a.m.
So callers that do phone me get precise time and date that I'm due back. So yet again, that's giving them relative good information. Okay, there can be some exceptions to the rule. I may want all calls to go to my voicemail box, but I do have a VIP customer. If a call comes in from their telephone number, their CLI, calling line identity, I want to forward that maybe to my mobile. I may want to give them a different greeting, making them aware that I'm on holiday, but my MD is going to be dealing with all the inquiries from that customer. So we can actually be very specific and very unique on how we can actually route calls with different types of messaging. So just to summarize, presence profile gives me visibility of what my extensions are doing. I can change them manually, or it can automatically be upgraded or updated from my events within my calendar. By right-clicking on people, I have the opportunity to leave them a message, I could be notified when they are available, i.e. if they were on the phone. I have contact properties within there as well, so I may have their own personal telephone number, home number, personal email addresses, all that sort of thing. So making my life as a extensive user of the telephone easier. Unified messaging. In essence, unified messaging is the ability to put a voicemail into an email format. So within Microsoft Outlook, if I go to my inbox here, you can see that Polly Hughes, extension 304, has actually left me a message. If this was an external voicemail, I would have their CLI number, the customer's number, right here, providing they've actually presented that. So if I was just to click onto this voicemail right here, you see it opens into an email format. It has a player. I could click on here, and I could listen to the message. That message may not be relevant to me, but may be more relevant to a colleague. I can actually treat it like I would do with a voicemail, an email, I should say, and type in my colleague's email address and just put a note. Please listen to the attached WAV file and deal with it on my behalf. So unified messaging is the ability to listen to your voicemails through your PC within Outlook. Yet again, you can, if you've got a smartphone that you receive emails, you can listen to your voicemails through your mobile phone. You can change your present status equally by using a mobile phone. So yet again, keeping people up to date where you are, what you're doing, is certainly increasing customer service. The other part of messaging is the ability to chat. Okay, so within the application, you can see that I've got a chat icon here, and it's actually flashing away, and it looks like I've received a message from Sarah Davis. So I can choose to accept it. I click on accept, and I can type a response and send that to her, and I can get Sarah, hopefully she'll reply. So yet again, messaging through instant messaging can increase my efficiency. I may have colleagues on the phone, I just want to ask them a quick question. They may be very good at multitasking. Instant message is a other way of getting a quick answer. You can see here I can transfer, I can invite other people in, so it becomes more like a conference call. I can save the chat if it's of that nature. In this instance, I'm going to end the conversation. Okay, so that's that chat finished. The other part of messaging as well, unfortunately I can't demonstrate this, but if I was to right-click, let's say, on Andrew here, I have the ability to send a message up to 16 characters to Andrew's phone. So Andrew could be on the telephone call, and I just want to say visitor in reset. Yeah, and click on OK. And that message is now, unfortunately I can't show you, being displayed within his display of his handset. So unified messaging, sending a voicemail to an email, we can have a chat session, and we can send messages to a display handset. Screen popping. Screen popping is the ability to pop a record, in this instance, within Outlook. So any of my contacts here phone into my extension of these telephone numbers, I will be able to screen pop their information instantaneously. Okay, so just to demonstrate that, a call comes into Mike.
Hi, thanks for calling Mike James. I'm currently on annual leave.
Yeah, and you can see that it's a company called ABC Limited, and the reason why that has screen popped is because it recognized this telephone number here. Okay, so let me do that again for you. Let me caller comes in, see the call. You can see here I have the opportunity to click to answer that call as well, because my current state I'm actually forwarding to my voicemail, but there we go. ABC Limited, the reason why it's screen popped because this CLI number was presented to the telephone system. We found a match within Outlook and we've screen popped it. And of course we can outdial from that if we needed to, that record if we needed to do that. Now this is just screen popping Microsoft Outlook. You as a business may have a more bespoke CRM that's more designed for your business. It could be Goldmine, it could be Sage, it could be something Oracle, it could be a variety of different CRM packages. If you want this type of activity, please consult with your salesperson, and we can make some investigations on how we can actually integrate with your CRM. That concludes this short video on UCB Knowledge Worker, covering rich presence, unified messaging, and screen pop. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to talk to your representative. Thank you very much for your time.